Sandra, how are you? Thank
Hey
you
Sarah,
for
I'm good. I'm great. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us for this interview today. So you have been part of the team for the past 3 months already, but then I have like a few questions I would like to ask you because definitely as tarot readers, both of us are tarot readers, but we have very different experience because also like in terms of age, we are like 10 years apart. So from a
Yeah.
millennial to a zillennial, and they also call it zoomers also, like I want to ask you like a few questions in terms of like what is your experience being a tarot reader at your age. The first question that I have for you today is what changes have you seen in yourself since you started learning and reading tarot cards?
I think for me, one of the most prominent changes is that I've actually become more grounded and also like more mindful to be in the present. Because previously I was like super full of anxiety and like I don't know what everything or what life will bring me, right? So when I just started reading tarot, it's like sort of like some form of guidance and direction for me. Even when I read for other people, sometimes the nuggets of wisdom just inspire me in a different way as well. So I think that is what really like is the most prominent thing that changed me after learning and reading tarot.
I do agree with you on that part. Even myself, I like a lot of clients, they'd say, "Oh, thank you for helping me," but I would tell them, you're actually the one inspiring me. So sometimes
That's
also when
correct.
I feel like lazy a bit and I see a client who's like so gung ho and so inspirational, I also feel like okay, stop being lazy.
Yeah.
Okay, then how do you think tarot is helpful for the Generation Z or Zillennials or Zoomers?
I think nowadays, because of technology and all these kind of things, we it seems like we are forced to grow up a lot quicker and a lot earlier. And also there's a lot like people are now more open-minded to a lot of different things. So things like mental health issues, stigma, equality, all these things we are very vocal as well. So people are exposed to a lot of different things. So when that happens, sometimes we get confused very easily. We are so anxiety driven, like people are getting depression here and there. So this I think comes as a form of guidance, like because when you face these kind of issues, there's actually a lot of tools out there in the market in psychology um, that help these kind of issues. So tarot is also just a form of guidance and one of the many tools that Gen Zs nowadays can use to sort of like get direction and guidance in their life as well.
So, why do you think Gen Z is more into spirituality right now? Because in the past, when people say "oh feng shui" or something like that, it's like so old, so traditional. Only my mother do it. But
Yeah.
why do you think the Gen Zs right are really into like this form of spirituality right now and are willing to spend money on it?
Yeah, yeah. So I agree with that totally because a lot of my peers and people that I see, they are also very into these spirituality kind of things. And I think one of the reasons, right, because I'm a psychology graduate and we study the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? So because of the contributions that like we cannot disregard the contributions that our earlier generation has done for us, they have built all our foundations such as your basic necessities and also like social security and all that kind of stuff. So when we have that, our generation have that fulfilled, we look for even higher sort of like achievements and even wanting to reach self enlightenment. So I think that is the reason why we are so into spirituality nowadays.
I was actually reflecting on the points that you were talking about just now, and I did wish that even though I learned tarot and astrology at a very young age of my life, but I didn't really implement it. It was just play in the past. I only really implemented it like in the past like the past few years lah. So I'm so happy to actually see a lot of young people and Generation Z that is implementing it in their life and helping them, really guiding them, really giving them a clearer path. Because I also believe that, having a clearer path, right, can help a person in their life. Just because, something our parents say or our friends say, right, doesn't mean that's right for us.
Correct.
Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing your insight and also like inspiring us today. For those of you out there, if you want to book Sandra, especially if you want Mandarin readings, don't find me because my Mandarin is bad. Go find Sandra. You can book her at www.picktime.com/Sarah Melo Tarot, and I hope Sandra will be able to guide you, especially if you're similar age with her and you require a peer that is the similar age. So I hope like Sandra would also be able to share her talent and also her skill in tarot. Thank you so much, Sandra.
Yeah, for this.